Hello, people. Yep, I'm back. Hi. Anyway, I hope I've got my microphone plugged back in. I had to take it to the other computer for a few minutes. Anyway, we'll find out. Got my eyebrows done. And it's just a cold and slightly snowy and a bit overcast, and yeah, it's just a day to sit and play. So I thought I'd say hi to everybody, see what y'all are up to, doing anything special. Anybody out playing in the snow, or are there kids playing in the snow, or are you just shoveling snow? We got lucky. We went out and did the grocery shopping before it started snowing again. The mister got most of the driveway done and only had and even put in a pull-off for me so I could back the car in, because we got a long straight driveway and it's a pain in the rear to try to get out onto the road doing the backup. So he shoveled me a spot where I usually turn around, and off we went. The roads were not too bad. The trucks had already been through. So I'm just going to sit here and play. I've got my garden of Juvia out. Yes, I keep switching up which ones I'm playing with. Yeah, it's more spring than winter, but hey, it's just for play. I've got all my skincare stuff on, and apparently while I was doing stuff, I picked up a few sparkles from something. There's like one or two little sparkles here going on. Now, let's see where I'm gonna start. Now, believe it or not, this sweater is a purple. Well, burgundy. But it's still purple. So I'm going to see where I'm going to go with this. Let's see. There's a really interesting brown in here that's called honey. And I'm going, because in some lights this nice warm sweater looks a little more brown than burgundy. Ooh, that's pretty. That pretty. That's not too bad. Go back in here and get a little more honey. And come over here and do this one. Everybody survived the holidays. Did you get anything good from Santa? Did you get anything good from all the sales? Man, every time I turned around, I got another email telling me about somebody having a Black Friday sale that they've extended, or a last minute sale, or all manner of things. And they're doorbusters, and here's your 60% off. And yeah, for a couple of days, Juvia had a bunch of stuff that was 60% off. I was kind of hoping. There's a set of 3, and now I can't remember the name. I was just looking at it. And I've got 1 and I've got 3. But they don't do the 2 anymore. And I'm like, well, poo. That's no fun. So, let's see, where am I going next? Okay, now this one's called Sweet Lilac, but it's not a very intense purple. I'm going to use it anyway. Last time I looked, it's mine. Yes, I know, I'm being a smart aleck. If you haven't figured out, that's standard operating procedure. You haven't been around long. Speaking of haven't been around long, let me greet all of the new subscribers that have come in. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the FunHouse. There's never an idea what's going to happen here. I sit down with absolutely not the first clue what I'm going to do, and I just start playing. Now, I've had some interesting comments over a couple of the last vids. And no, I'm not talking about Miss Smarty Britches. We've already discussed her. I got one who told me that I should really, at my age, consider more natural colors. And, you know, think about kind of toning down what I'm doing. And since she was so nice about the way she was saying it, I didn't have a cow. However, I did explain to her that that's just not my vibe. It really isn't. And I suggested that if she was interested in that type of makeup, she may want to look at Laura Geller, since Laura Geller is got a thing about trying to help little old ladies age gracefully. And it's like, gracefully. Like I told her, it's like I expect to go sliding into the grave with a drink in one hand and a blunt in the other, going, what a ride! That's kind of the way I look at it. I'm going to enjoy myself. Beg your pardon. Yeah, the nose is still acting up. All right, now, I'm going to attempt to figure out on this rather interesting computer program that I use, if I can figure a way to smooth out some of these jump cuts that I do when my nose is being annoying, or just when I'm being quiet for too long and I cut a chunk out. Coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. My delightful husband decided we needed some more coffee on a day like this. All right, let's see what I'm going to do now. I think, hush. Yes, I do that on a regular basis. I tell people to hush when I use the I think. Because I know a bunch of people that I love dearly. And we do this to each other all the time. As soon as you say, I think, they start pointing and laughing. Now, this one is called Blooming. And yes, I'm putting the inner corner in first. Imagine that. On account of I wanna. La 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 la. That's looking pretty cute. Pick up some more of the Blooming and do the spritz. Now, if anybody hasn't told any of you new people, if you haven't seen it on other videos from other creators, the spritz with a little setting spray sometimes helps a lot with trying to get shimmers to stay where you want them. You know, like on your eye. And they still end up with the kind of foiled effect you get from using your finger to kind of drag it on. There. Yeah, I've got sparkles on this sweater, and I've got critter fur on this sweater with 2 dogs and 2 cats. The critter fur will fly. Let's see. Now do I want the purple orchid or the flower child? I think I'm going to go with the purple orchid. And then I'm going to just dab a little bit of the flower child in the center. Now, the main thing you got to remember is it doesn't make a hill of beans what setting spray you're using. If you don't want to use setting spray, you can just use a little water. The main thing is just to get it a little bit damp so it's a little more tacky, so that it'll sit down. And yeah, I'm going to take this out here just because I can. That's one of the niftiest things about playing with makeup. If you don't like the way it's going, you can wash it off. If you do like the way it's going, you can go and keep doing the same thing and call it just because I can. Now, if I decide I need to darken up that corner, I'll probably use one of my eyeliner pencils, because there's nothing darker in this little palette. Now I'm going to take this one. Let's see, which one do I want to use? I'm going to use the Blossom. It's pink, but just dab it on right in the center to put a little more light there. I'm not going to spread it out all over the place. I just want a little streak of more light right in the center. That's kind of spiff. Okay. I don't want to necessarily put the honey under the eye, just because. I'm going to reinforce the honey just a little bit. Don't want to lose it completely in the rest of this. Now, here's one of the problems with having relatively small eyes and hooded eyes. You don't have a whole lot of real estate in here. So you plus you have to come up a bit with the lid color, the mobile lid color, because when your eyes are open talking to somebody, they won't see all the pretty color you worked on to put on. I'm going to take a slightly lighter version. This one's called Peony. I've got a little bitty narrow flat brush that I use for smudgies. Just go right under there with that. And then I'll keep that little smudgy out for playing with the black pencil a bit. Now, I am lousy at doing eyeliner. It doesn't matter if it's standard eyeliner with the liquid or if it's pencil. I am just lousy at it. Mainly because I've got some hand tremors from being an old lady. It's not quite as bad as some, but trying to keep a straight line, not so much. Put a little bit right there. Kind of tie everything together a little. Now, some of the eyeliners work a little better than some others. You'll have to figure out for yourself which ones work better for you. Some of them, regardless of whether or not they're brand new, are a little dry and tuggy. Some of them are so creamy, it's like they just kind of mush. And yes, I must make funny faces while I'm doing this. It's an absolute necessity. This is just to deepen it. Outer area just a bit. I don't want to go too dark with it. All right. That's not looking too much like a horror show. What do you think? No, really. You can tell me. Anyway, I'm going to pop off here for a few minutes. And I'm going to put the rest of the makeup on. Do my face, because smearing some foundation and using a brush and, you know, that kind of stuff, you've probably seen it a bazillion times. And that one's another one where it's just, you figure out how to do it that works well for your face. And what I'm doing to my face may not work out the way you want it. So, if you want to ever see me do my face, I was throwing the brushes in the go clean them bin. If you ever want to see what I do to my face to make it look like my face, drop me a note and I'll do a vid that's got that in it. Now, when I've done it, when I first started doing this, I did the whole Megillah. And the whole Megillah usually runs a blessed hour on the video. And some people will go, why? Why so long? And I'm going, you know, what is it you want from me here? Long or short? Pick one. Anyway, there's the eyes. I'm going to clean up around the eyes a little bit. I've already got my eyebrows on. Yeah. May even slap a little more jewelry on. Anyway. All right, people, here we are. This is the look. Yes, I have all kinds of mixed jewelry on, because I do. Because that's what was to hand when I went to look. I've got brown eyebrows and brown mascara, because I was born white hair blonde and it darkened over the years. However, my eyebrows and eyelashes stayed kind of a caramel brown. They didn't really go and darken up as much as the hair on the head. Now, currently, this is a color called Peach from Ion. And you see this little patch here? That's not where I scalped myself. That's where it's coming in white. Got another one over here somewhere. Anyway, put a little purple on the lower waterline. Did a waterline in brown on the top lid. So there's my tight line, which for me is easier to do than a regular liner. I mean, I've been known to try and take a brush like that and put powder on across there, and it still comes out messy. So I stick to my tight line mostly. Sometimes I get uppity and try again. Anyway, that's what we have for today. On a snowy Saturday. Yep, it's still snowing. Anyway, stay out of trouble. We're just after Christmas. I do not have bail money. Keep an eye on your friends and your family. If they need help, try and help them. If you can't help them, get somebody who can. Do something nice for somebody just because. Keep your hopes up and do something nice for yourself. Bye.